Well, welcome to video number 12 of the restoration of the fuselage of my Pacer. So now I'm in my paint booth, which I set up behind my garage at home. So it's a 10 by 20 foot tent. So right now I'm working on all the tail surfaces and the landing gear leg. And by the way, I'm using this two-stage turbine, which the Stewart system, actually they do not recommend using a turbine, but I've been painting my whole airplane like this, so and it's good enough for me. As far as setting up for the paint, so I just screwed like two 2x4s. They're like 10 foot long to these sawhorses, and then put 1/4 inch wooden pieces, like round wooden pieces in here. I think you call them dowels. So they're about 4 or 5 inches long. And then all the control surfaces that have holes, the vertical stabilizers and the rudder, I just stick on these wooden dowels and then put a screw in it, because all these surfaces, they have screws, screw holes, so these pieces won't rotate on me and also won't move up and down. The elevators I just screw to the 2x4s, so they're sitting up here, and the gear legs I actually taped these iron rods to the legs of the sawhorses, stuck it inside of the axle, and then on top I'm using just a string here to make sure that the gear legs don't rotate on me. And it's working out okay, for the space I have. Of course, yes, when I paint on top of the elevators and the rudder, I use a ladder. Just go up there and just paint along the edge, and then the rest I can actually just do from down here. In hindsight, I could have spaced out a bit more, and I think when I do the top coat, I move this out a little bit, because I still have room here, so I can put another dowel pin here at the ends and move everything out a little bit. Give me a little bit more space, but it's working fine, so we'll see. So anyhow, so I'm painting now. I won't take any videos while I'm painting, because I don't want overspray on my equipment or my cameras. And there's really, painting is a personal thing also, whatever system you use and what's your technique. So I will give updates in between, probably next one after I do the top coat here or something. But anyhow, so I will give updates in between. So after finishing the tail surfaces and the landing gear legs, now the fuselage is in the paint tent, and I already started and put the fabric sealer on, which is just the glue down, thinned down 3:1, and then you just brush it on with a foam brush. So I did that yesterday. So today is more paint prep work, and that will be to use the iron and go over any loose paint edges or the tape edges. Some of the, I saw when I brushed the glue on, there are a few spots where the pink edges have popped up. Well, and then I just start masking off the fuselage, and I can start spraying the 3 cross coats of the primer UV protection on. So it's been probably a good week and a half at least. I've been working on the fuselage. The last clip was about painting the control surfaces, so they're all done, painted through the white, and then friends helped me to put the fuselage into the tent here for painting. So and after that there's multiple stages that I didn't film. So first you take glue, thin it down 3:1 with distilled water, and then brush the fabric, all the open areas where there was no glue, and that is to seal the fabric so that no moisture, oil that it runs inside of the belly or whatever can get to the UV block ecofill that Stuart calls it. So that was the first step. Then there was like 3 steps or 3 cross coats of the actual primer, filler, UV blocker. So I sprayed that on, and between each of the cross coats there's sanding going on to get the surface smooth. And then of course after the last cross coat there's more sanding, and then I finished with the toner white top coat. Turned out really nice. I'm pretty happy about it. I did get some runs on the tail surfaces, but there are no runs on the fuselage, which is great. Again, I'm painting in the tent and with a 2-stage turbine, which Stuart system does not recommend. So now the next step. So I went and got all the doors and the left front boot cowl, because now I have to mask off for the red stripe, and from the also where the tail number goes, which mine I putting on 12-inch letters and numbers painted in Tennessee red, just like the rest of the red strip. So that's now the next task, and I can show a little bit about how I tape off, but I'm gonna get started on this and show in between how the masking is working out. But like I said, the paint on the fuselage turned out really nice. I'm not sure how well the camera can pick this up, but this I finished yesterday, and it looks pretty good. It's a wet look finish, so really it's very smooth. So happy how it turned out. But now on to the red and blue stripes. Well, I gave the paint about a week and a half to dry. So now it's all cured. Still looks very good. And now I'm masking off for the stripes. So first gonna put the red color on. So I taped off already the left hand side, including putting on my paint mask for the N number. And so the left side is all done. Also on the vertical stabilizer, the part that gets red is also taped off already. And now I'm ready to start taping off the right side of the fuselage. So first I'm going to put the doors in. So I already put some markers on, but in case I'm going to put the door on one more time. And I especially need the baggage door on, because part of the N number is painted on the baggage door. I've been working on getting the paint mask on for the N number, and of course the thing is, part of my Z and a little bit of the 2 on the luggage compartment door. So lining this up here and getting this exactly like 2-inch here all the way was a little bit tricky, and then also to get this lined up as as good as possible. So so anyhow, so I've worked on these two, which are the most complicated. So I'm just gonna show now how the rest of like the numbers go on. Of course, the N number paint mask comes in one big piece, but because the fuselage is not quite straight, flat this way and also this way, I find it easier to just get everything lined up roughly. So you need 3 inch from the top of this stripe to the top of the N, and also here to have the center to the stripe. And now to actually get this on here, I cut it actually in pieces. So I hinged this on the top here, and now I just cut the paint mask in its individual letters. It also will make it easier later when you take the when you peel this off here. You can do one letter at a time versus having this whole big thing trying to flop around. So then you flip it up and you take the back paper off just a little bit and flip it twice, nice it back down, and then you just start rubbing this as you go, and go slow. It's a little bit at a time. So they've done as wrinkle free as possible. So just get this on here. Okay, so now I take my paper off here, my masking tape. Okay, get that off. The next step. Now there is a clear plastic film on top, so you peel that off. Well, there are a few bubbles in it, but that's not a problem because the edges of the 4, that's really that is important. Down here, and these bubbles close to the edge you can just push out with the fingernail. So now you need to get it started somewhere and get the inside out. So here I got it started, then you peel the inside out. The 4 is one of the more challenging because you have a piece inside, so you have to make sure that that sticks on while you peel the rest off.
go. Here. That is how you apply a paint mask. And again, when there are little bubbles close to the edge, you can actually push the air out. Just make sure there's really all around the paint edge here. It's nice and flat. So anyhow, so I'm going to continue with the other letters.
So this is the end of the video about painting the Pacer. It's not much footage because like I said, I don't like to get overspray on the cameras, and again it's so much depends on individual, what equipment you use, the environment you paint in, what paint you use. So so there's not that much footage, but anyhow it turned out really well. So the Pacer is back on its gear now, and as far as I'm concerned it will stay that way for as long as I own it. But I'm really happy how it turned out. Of course it's not a perfect paint job because I'm not a professional painter, but I think it turned out really well for painting it in the backyard in a tent. Definitely much cheaper than having somebody do it for you. And at the end, I don't think people will actually notice a lot of the imperfections that I know. They're there. If you don't know and you don't look that close, I don't think you will see them. So anyhow, so I'm happy about it, and it's time to get the fuselage back to the hangar. And I still have to cut out some inspection holes, of course, or here where the trim is for the vertical stabilizer, and all the inspection holes here. I did add one inspection plate that was not there before. It's more an access plate. I always had a hard time to get to the bolt for the tail wheel, so I put a cover here, and as you can see, that's a cover that needs all three colors, with a little bit white, a lot of red, some blue. This cover here going here is just gonna be white. Here color, this, and on the other side three colors on it. So still some painting left, but this is no minor stuff. The big stuff is done. So see you in the next video. That will be more about putting the airplane back together. So see you then.